Good morning, everyone. This is I, Gina Louisa, here once again this morning just to help lift the vibration of our collective consciousness. I'm still putting away the cards from this morning. Today is the 15th of July of 2025. Let's give it a ooh, right? How about that? Cards this morning. Oh my goodness. Underneath Temperance and the Hanged Man, right? Above me, the Ten of Wands and Justice. And then I cut to the Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords. Let me put them away. And I put them away. I always put them away in the deck, like I try to bury things from yesterday. Something. But anyway, the energies of today, huh? Very serious. When Temperance, one becomes tempered, like steel, the folding and the pounding, right? The reheating and the folding and the pounding, and you become, I don't want to say hardened, because hardened might mean brittle, but not brittle. You become strengthened. You become honed. Able to hold an edge. And the Ten of Wands, carrying the weight. Boy, you've got to carry that weight a long time. And it's the carrying of the weight a long time that brings you to the justice underneath, right? The very justice of the weight I carry. And then I cut to the Ace of Wands, right? That brand new energy, that gift of mine, that endless energy, because you carry the wands, you got all that energy on your back, and you're trudging through to make bleakness into abundance, right? But it takes energy to do that. The endless gift from the universe, that incoming flow of positive energy. And the Three of Swords. Okay, and I see the Three of Swords a little bit different than some people do, I guess. I look at everything through the lens of optimism, or realism. Because what good is an empty heart that holds no truth? Were that just a heart sitting there with no swords in it? It would be empty, right? But a heart that is laden with truth. And I'm not removing those swords. My heavy. It's not heavy, okay? But my truth-laden heart is my strength. You see what I'm saying? It is that gift of energy. It is what keeps me going. It is what keeps those, it keeps me trudging along. It is what I gain through introspection. It's that very thing that tempers my metal. The spirit of the woods beneath me and Thoth above me, that it's introspection to understand oneself, not to try to fit into some scenario that's going on. Like the twin flame thing, right? This is something I been doing, came up with in my own little head. My pen pal, as it were, for 40 years now. And then, like recently, this past 10 or so years, people have been calling a soul's journey and a twin flame thing and soulmate. And that those words have been coming up at least maybe 20 years now. But my connection with my person has been going on a lot longer than that. It's comforting, actually, reassuring to feel that to notice that the whole world is like talking about this energy now. That like everybody's waking up to a twin flame energy. That's funny, like it validates for he and I this that we feel for one another. Like it's like yikes. But well, wait a minute, don't go anywhere. But yikes. But whoa, where do you think you're going? I don't want to lose sight of you, but yikes, okay? The whole world, not just he and I, but there's a sea of we, the twin flame energy in this world, the lovers, we who want to love in this world. This, and he and I are like the crest of the wave, Very unique people, both of us. Like, I thank God he exists. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have any, I'd be like a balloon floating around with nobody holding the string. And vice versa, too. He's quite the balloon, too. He's more like a rocket. But boy, like, without him, I wouldn't understand myself. Without me, I wonder, would he know himself? We we have each other's excuse for being what we are. And it's like, it's so different what we are. They're both very all over the place, right? But in one way. And on the other hand, we can so deep and so introspective and could be sitting there quiet and you sneak up on us and we're like, oops, did I just cut your head off? I'm sorry. And you snuck up on me. I didn't know you were there. We both go off in our own way, Because God told us, no matter how far we went away from each other, that it would only bring us back to one another. So we did. we trust so much in each other that it allows us to be fully who we are. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to change anything about who we authentically are. We just have to discover who we authentically are, right? And bring out the best in ourselves, because we know that the other one is resonated with in that frequency of perfect resonance with our authentic self. So if we change anything about ourselves, we're going to fuck up our whole relationship, and we don't want to do that, you see. So it makes us be the very best version of ourselves. And really, it makes us introspect, makes us, put all those wands on our back and keep going. Because we won't abandon this. And we won't abandon each other. We won't abandon ourselves, right? Because we're both the type that, like, hey, somebody, I have this treasure map, okay? And I know what's at the other end here. I see it there. There's no way I'm not going after it, okay? There's no way. No matter what you think, you can distract me all you want. But ultimately, I'm headed to this X, right? because it marks my spot. You know what I'm saying? And we have that in common. So it's calming in a way. It's so calm that, like, the years go by and it's been wonderful, really, that we give each other the freedom to be ourselves without having to, like, you need to be a certain way. It's like, no, what are you? I mean, yeah, you'd have to be a certain way, Sometimes I wonder, who are you? Same thing with me. I wonder, who the hell are you? But now that we found ourselves, we found each other again. Because it wasn't pretend, this connection. We're just two very unique people. Aren't we? Everybody on this earth is very, very unique, And this journey, it proves that there's somebody for everybody, even us, even somebody like Gina Luisa. And it would have to be him, because now that you know Gina Luisa a little bit, now you know, like, oh, okay. I've often said, God made me to keep him from getting bored. And God made him to make sure I stay who I am. Vice versa. God made me to keep him from getting bored and get made him, right. Again, God made me to keep him from getting bored. You know what I'm saying? And to make sure he stays who he is. So God made us so we don't get bored. We don't feel like, fuck life, man. It's got nothing to hold. Because we see each other and we say, I'm still interested in life. It's still got something to hold for me. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? In fact, the closer I get to the fruition of what's on the treasure, I'm so grateful for the map at all. This has been so much fun. As grueling as it can be. It's still luscious. And it's getting more so. Because there's a certain strength that comes from knowing. It is I, Gina Luisa, having my epiphanies. Isn't it wonderful? I've never been lost. It's never been that I've been meant to be alone in this world forever. No, Gina, I've known it all along. Really. It's funny how that you can know things and then you fall out of knowing, you fall into doubt. Oh, those deep energies get us, And it's really not our fault at all. There's nothing we can do about it either. We're meant to go through those doubts, those inner doubts, those doubts about them, the doubts about us, those doubts about life, those doubts about everything. That's why, the energies above us weave us the way they do. That's how we temper the metal. The temperance card. That's how with the Hanged Man, the inner introspection, the way you handle the energies of life as they get thrown to you, the way you, and who you evolve on the other side as. That's what proves you. That's what shows you who you are. Okay? That's what strengthens this twin flame bond. It has nothing to do with the bond at all. Really, it has to do with I have become me and he has become him. I've become myself. He has become himself. and just naturally, those two resonances are going to want to hang out. You know, like a natural thing. You know, it's not so yikesy anymore. Now it's like, oh, hey, hi. That's how it feels. Like there was a time when I thought if he would have stepped into my presence, the world would have imploded. You know, I would have. But now it doesn't feel that way anymore. Now it feels so natural a thing that the two people such as I should and him, yeah, such as I and he should, of course, hang out together. It's why his energy is what it is, and what mine is what it is. There can be only one. You know, and it's so true. I'm gonna drink my coffee out. Did you hear that clink? My cup hitting my tooth? Doink. How is this tooth? I worry too because I'm going to knock my other tooth. When I was a kid, talking when I eat. I think I bit a fork, and that's why. It was broken for the longest time. It just never, I mean, it was fractured, but it was just there. And then it was a Mother's Day about 2 or 3 years ago, right before I lost my eyesight, actually. 2 years ago. And then I was eating like a wooden skewer. I was like eating pulled chicken off the wooden skewer and boink. Oh well. It reminded me because I just doinked my tooth. I gotta remember to approach cups with my lips and not smile when I go to take a sip. And then goink. Mindfulness in every little teeny aspect of life. Like not slouching, like I said yesterday. Don't slouch. I don't slouch. So I have a figure. You know, the muscles are all nice and firm all around there because, you know, years and years and years of not slouching. And I fell off for a little while there. You saw the elephant in the room? That's because, look what happens when you slouch. Everybody says, oh, you want me to look like this? All right, I'll look like that. Ooh. Other day, you have to tell yourself who you are. Remind yourself in every way possible that I am a divine being in a life experience, right? In a live, fleshy experience. And I'm here to raise the vibration, to bring all that I am into this world. I'm here to bring true love. True love. Not any semblance that you may see that calls itself love, but no, true love. That's who I am. That's my twin flame journey. That's what I'm bringing into the world. Truth and love. I love you all. It's Idina Louisa, here to bring truth and love into the world. And I'm bringing you all along, guys. We manifest heaven on earth. I love you. And see you in the morning.